Hello all. Today we start with deletion in circular. As we have already seen insertion in linked list, now we move forward about
first
deletion
we have
in circular. What is the circular linked list? As we have already seen one example of circular linked list. In the circular linked list, next part of the last node is a value of a first node's address. So here we have the example. The first element is 10 and address of 10 is 1001, which is stored in head and also stored in last node's next part. So here we have seen the example of circular linked list. We have seen before, linked list is using dynamic memory allocations. For the dynamic memory allocations, if we perform any operations, so we can perform these operations from the beginning of the list, from the end of the list, and from a specific node of the list. So we already have seen the insertion operation in circular linked list. Now we move forward about the deletion operations in circular linked list. There are three ways to perform a deletion operation in linked list. Is the deleting from beginning of the list. Check whether list is empty. First of all, for deleting an element from the list, we need to check one common conditions for all the algorithms is check whether list is empty or not. Because if list is empty, then deletion is not possible from anywhere. It means from beginning, from end, or from specific locations. So first two step of the deletion algorithm is same for all the algorithms. Check whether list is empty by checking the condition head is equal null. If it is empty, then display list is empty, deletion is not possible, and terminate the functions. If it is not empty, then define two node pointers, temporary 1 and temporary 2, and initialize both the temporary pointer with head. Check whether list is having only one node. If it is not empty, then check list is having only one element. How we can check? So this is the circular linked list. So by using the condition temporary one's next part is equal to head, then we can say list is having only one condition. If list is having only one node and we are deleting that particular node, then list is become empty again. So if it is true, it means list is having only one element, and this is true, then set head is equal to null and delete temporary one. It means setting empty conditions. If it is false, that means list is not empty, list is having not only one element, it means list has having multiple elements. Then move the temporary one until it reaches to the last node. That means temporary one's next is equal to head, and then set head is equal to temporary 2's next, temporary one's next is equal to head. It means we are updating the value of head at the end of the list, and then delete temporary 2, delete the first node. So this is how the deleting from beginning of circular linked list is done. Move forward about deleting from end of the list. So we already seen that for deletion algorithm, first two step or first condition is common, which is check whether list is empty. It means if list is empty, then deletion is not possible. So check whether list is empty by using the condition head is equal null. If it is empty, then display list is empty, deletion is not possible, and terminate the function. If it is not empty, then define two nodes pointer, temporary 1 and 2, initialize with head. Now check whether list has only one node. It means if list has only one node and if we are deleting this particular node, then list is become empty again. So check whether list has only one node by using the condition temporary one's next part is equal to head. If it is true, that means list has having only one node, then set all the empty conditions. It means head is equal to null and delete temporary one. If it is false, it means list is not empty and list has having not only one element but list has having multiple element. Then set temporary 2 is equal to temporary 1 and move temporary 1 to its next node. Repeat the same until temporary 1 reaches to the last node in the list. It means by checking the condition, temporary 1's next part is equal to head. And at the end, set temporary 2's next part is equal to head and delete temporary 1. So this is how the deletion is possible from end of the circular linked list. Now we are checking about the third algorithm. It means deleting a specific node from the list. So first condition is common as per we previously discussed. Check whether list is empty by using the head is equal to null conditions. If it is empty, then deletion is not possible. If it is not empty, then define temporary 1 and 2 and initialize with head. Keep moving the temporary 1 until it reaches to the exact node to be deleted or the last node. And every time set temporary 2 is equal to temporary 1 before moving the temporary 1 to its next node. It means if specific node is not in the list, then deletion is not possible. So that's why we are checking for the exact node to be deleted or the last node. So if it is reached to the last node, then display given node is not found in the list, deletion is not possible. And if it is reached to the exact node which we want to delete, then check whether list is having only one element. If it has the only one node which we want to delete, then check only one node is in the list or multiple nodes. So by using the conditions temporary 1 next is equal to head, we are checking list has having only one element. Or if list has only one node and it is the node to be deleted, then set empty conditions. It means head is equal to null and delete temporary 1. If list contain multiple nodes, it means list is not empty and list has having only not one element but list has multiple nodes, then check whether temporary 1 is the first node in the list. It means specific node which we want to delete is the first node in the list. By using the condition temporary 1 is equal to head. If temporary 1 is the first node, then set temporary 2 is equal to head and keep moving temporary 2 to its next node until it reaches to the last node. Then set head is equal to head next and temporary 2 next is equal to head and delete temporary 1. If temporary 1 is not first node, then check whether it is last node in the list. Temporary 1's next is equal to head, then we can say this is the last node in the list. If temporary 1 is last node, then set temporary 2's next is equal to head and delete temporary 1. And at the end, if list is having multiple nodes but the node temporary 1 which specific node is not the first node in the list and not the last node in the list, then set temporary 2's next is equal to temporary 1's next and delete temporary. So this is how the deletion is done in specific node from the list in circular linked list. Thank you all of you. If you have find any query regarding this, then please comment. Okay, thank you.